Oh, that was fucking, fucking automatic timeout. I just saw one. Right.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. And maybe a little jet lagged. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the London Bulldogs. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at the Londoners as they get ready here. They can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start. But I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
So many different reasons teams hit the losing skids, but the best way out of it, something has to happen positive early in the game.
So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball,
damn, my bad, Pops. Just trying to play some Lions shit.
Want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes.
Can't even play the Lions with my Pops in the room. Damn.
They said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On third down, Marks. And able to find Dorsett.
Come on, bro.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And a look now at the starting defense.
And Ndamukong Suh was an all-pro when he was with the Detroit Lions in 2013, 2014. Many people think that maybe he might either be slowing down or not playing at the same level. My eyes tell me he's still playing at an elite level, still destroying the interior of an offense, can get to the quarterback, crush a run game, you name it. Ndamukong Suh can do it. And how about how durable he is? Hasn't missed a game since 2011.
Hold on.
It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
3rd and inches, they just hand it to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward with it.
And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. It's the fullback, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They'll begin here with Bernard. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 4 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Rosen will throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 6 there on first. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Bernard. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. And that is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there, because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things, because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Oh my God.
Now let's go. Green 39.
Not too early. Get that shit out of here.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Looking to throw on second down. Marks, and he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there, and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Go get my
on
chair.
1st and 10. Marks got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Too comfortable.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, hurry up, here we go.
Off the bootleg. Marks looking middle, and it's incomplete. Not that time for Watkins, and it's 3rd and short.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Set. Green 39.
Now
Oh,
some
what the
movement
fuck?
before
Come
the
on,
snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
Well, it's a 3rd and somewhat manageable now, not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Off play action. Marks. And this is going to be incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
They've got it 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line.
Hey, man.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll run it here with Bernard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that.
DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 30.
On 1st down, Marks, and lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Play action here with Rosen. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, Rosen. And an alley to run. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Gun! You got four. Detroit!
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And now it's Rosen looking. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Matt Ioannidis with a big-time sack on 3rd down, and it'll be a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
All right, Austin Seferian-Jenkins trotting back onto the field with the rest of his offense. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing a 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, that good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing. Change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. To throw on second down. Marks and running with power here. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Throwing on first down. Marks into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
It's a big play there. 48 yards on the ground. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Zerline now for the PAT. Zerline connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. Well, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
On first and 10, Marks finding his safety valve here. That's complete. A first update now from Cleveland. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. Andrew Luck leading the charge offensively.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Green 39, green 39.
Back to throw again. Caught, Severian Jenkins, right side. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. On first down, Marks. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there as they move the chains. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Who's that white man? Oh, that's Eats.
Throwing on first down, Marks. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Fuck!
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down.
Blue 90,
final shot before break. Marks. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game, as it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the Seahawks who have the lead as those two teams approach halftime. The Seahawks locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, it's over to our nation's capital to check on the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And that game all even as they host the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And that game all tied up with the visiting Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A really nice return all the way up to the 40, but hold everything. The flag down. You see it on your screen. This one looks like it's going to come back. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty costs some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Detroit!
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And they rattle off a big one. 55 yards.
It's bad enough watching all the highlight reels, watching guys in warm-ups, going up and making these incredible one-handed acrobatic catches. But when it happens right in front of you, when you're defending him, that just makes your day that much longer, and you just wonder, how are we ever going to cover these guys?
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. Oh, this is blocked.
Woo! Okay.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now let's go!
On 1st and 10. Marks under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Raekwon McMillan, tough to handle on that blitz. minutes. He gets him for a loss of 5. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a yard.
Y'all the ones that did that. I was trying to just go for a regular.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And now back out comes the offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll run again with Bernard. And a spin again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
3-19.
Here's Bernard. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
Quick hitch, complete. It's Bryant, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half.
We was talking shit about him before
they
you
knew what they wanted to
came
dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
I was on the road yesterday.
So the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot They have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up the first and goal.
Hold on, let me see.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can
Yeah,
move
he
the
did his
football.
job right
Here,
there.
a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard
Yeah,
line.
he only had 11
It's a
boards.
good pickup
Last
of
game,
7
he had
yards, and now
17,
they're looking
he had
at
20
second and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called.
Say that again.
They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
On second down, Rosen. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Yes, sir.
In for the score. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
In the third.
Singing something in there. Those gloves, they help with
Bird is not a
one-handed
lockdown
catches the
defender
fun
on this
stuff.
one.
Any padding for a rocket like that?
I
would
wouldn't
think so,
control it.
but I'll guarantee you this, after that throw, his hands will hurt
Not the Hall of
later.
Fame.
Not right now
Yeah,
in
he
the
probably
moment.
got it.
He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown.
He got
Line good with a
He got,
PAT.
bro, you
And
had to
that
help
pushes
him off the
lead up to
floor after
23.
Kobe dunked on him, bro.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it.
shouldn't even have been playing
And they'll
that
take
year.
it out to the 25. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what
I
happened
thought
on
you
the
were talking
last
about in
drive,
the real life.
punting
I
the
was about to
football.
say that must have been his last year.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the
Thought
main
y'all
goal,
wanted to do the Call
get a
of Duty.
couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Yeah,
And
once
they're
I'm done
not
with
going
this
to get to
game.
the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third.
Yeah,
All right,
it's
bet,
fourth
well, I'm
quarter.
Welcome back now here
Popping
in
it
London.
in now. Give me
A lot of
5
happy
minutes. I'm
faces
going
in the
back
crowd
to
at this
class.
point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Looking to throw on second down. Marks. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And the big guy catches the
You
ball
talking
in the
about the game or
backfield.
real life?
Oftentimes, it's quite a surprise to the guys
Who they
playing
playing?
defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it
They
often
winning?
works when they decide to dial it up.
319. 319.
On first down, Marks. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Operating from the gun, Marks. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now after the completion,
free league
we're gonna
pass
get a
right now.
timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Had to
The
watch
Cardinals
Lakers
on
get
third
smacked
down.
around by John
They've hit
Wall
it
at this
50%,
point.
3 of 6 to this
Here we
point.
go.
This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Marks. And this is caught by Watkins. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
So on the other side of the field now, it's
That's on the
first and
Pistons, yeah.
10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
It's on the Wizards, no. No.
From the gun, Marks. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37.
I mean, if they put Reggie Jackson, I need Reggie Jackson, Drummond, and a first. John Wall.
That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards 8.
And he will take it in for the touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he
payback
throws
for
is
that
going to be a
last time.
completion and going in the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
Hey, boys, got 4 down. Set.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Phillip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Damn, Ndamukong Suh hurt now. They taking all my players.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Operating from the gun. Marks. And that will be incomplete as well.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Pulled in at the 24. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Here's Rosen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now a carry for Bernard. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
God, he's taking all my
That's one to
players.
warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3
Bro,
quarters, no reason to
I done
lighten
lost
up
like
now.
4 players
Going
in this
right
quarter
side
alone.
here, and that's complete. And this time not quite to the
Madden
30.
be
It'll
on
be
bullshit.
down at the
Madden be on
31-yard
bullshit
line.
this year with the injuries.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, You don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And room there to work it inside the 25. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
It's going to be a bloodbath.
Again, here's Bernard. Oh, spinning away.
Yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath. That's the new spot. Everybody
into
go
the
there.
end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Told y'all.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled.
Jump in that water.
Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Shit like that is always
something to build on. Get it done.
I like where
maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Gotta get some medication.
From the gun on 3rd down. Marks to the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing on first down. Marks. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the ball is knocked out. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the field.
An afternoon to forget, absolutely.
I'm the red one.
They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Gas station.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about it.